Hello everybody and welcome to a list. So today we're going to do a tiers list, just me and Pete. Dan's not here, he's off milking a cow.
Yeah, we do love a tier list.
We do love a tier list. But we're going to milk. I like milk. Dan's off milking a cow. No, we're going to milk this for all it's worth. Hey! It is a tier list of who is the most likely to be signed by Triple H now that he's in charge, since Vince has gone. So we've got a list of free agents, most of which were released under Vince. Yep. In fact, I think all of which were released under Vince in some capacity. But some were released quite a while before. You know, it's not just the new ones. I think most of these are NXT guys as well. Most. There's a couple that aren't. But yeah, most of them are NXT of some description. So, without further ado, let's just get started. So the first person we have is Aiden English. Now, personally, I think he's just announced his retirement from In the Ring. His commentary's very good.
I think he was good. That's what I mean. He was really, really good on the mic.
But personally, I think he's unlikely.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you think, Pete? You happy with that, or?
Yeah, I was going to say the only way of doing it would be on mic work. But like you said just before you said that he was retiring. So yeah, I think that's it.
Well, he's retiring from in-ring competition, so I'm assuming. Yeah, I mean, he could end up in commentary to full time. I know he's been doing a bit of commentary down in Impact.
The thing is, I think that's one thing WWE is struggling with at the minute. Those people in commentary.
Really?
I think they're doing really well with it.
You just said they're struggling with it.
No, I said that it's one thing I don't think they're struggling.
Oh, right, okay.
It's commentary.
Okay, right. Next guy is Bronson Reed. That's his name. I was going to call him Kona Reed, but that's a different person.
He was on a massive push just before he went. And I really think if Vince looks through, if Triple H looks through a few names, he'll definitely be one that goes, do you know what? He could be a really awesome guy.
I mean, personally, I didn't see the hype. I think he got the opportunity and he kind of flopped it and wasn't good enough. I think he's currently in Impact as well, so I think he is signed. But I'm not certain about that.
I think a maybe.
You think a maybe?
Maybe. It'll be a name that would interest Triple H.
I think he's an unlikely personally, but we'll put him in maybe. It'd be a low maybe if we get that far. Fan Dan Go.
Why wouldn't they have him back?
Good old Johnny Curtis.
So over. So over.
I don't know. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure with Fandango. I mean,
the one thing they're lacking at the minute is tags as well.
It would be good to bring back the fashion police or whatever they were called. Was it the fashion police? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
it was Breezango. That's the team name I was thinking of.
But they did have the fashion police for a while.
So what are we saying then?
I'd like it to be a maybe if they were coming back as a team.
I think it's maybe too unlikely. I think he's higher chances than Bronson, though, so I'm going to move Bronson down. Right.
That's
his tag team partner, Tyler Breeze.
If one's going to come back, they're going to get the pair of them back.
I don't agree. I actually think Breeze is more likely to come back than Fandango, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Breeze come back and join the Maxim Male Models thing that's going on right now.
What a shout!
Maybe even just completely take over that stable.
Do you know what? I'd even be tempted to put him up a bit higher than a maybe. That's a really good shout.
I'm between maybe and within a year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put him within a year. I do genuinely see him coming back. I think he had a great run in NXT and had a brilliant relationship with Triple H with his time there.
Yeah.
You know, he was in NXT for a long, long time before he came up. I can see Tyler Breeze coming back.
That's a great shout for a story you've got there. Joining the agency.
Maybe even taking over. Like,
it would make so much sense.
You know, there's rumours of Renee, or whatever the hell they've called him, in LA Knight being repackaged. And right, this is Harry Smith. You can't tell because it's cut his head off, but it is Harry Smith.
I really want Harry Smith.
I know exactly where this is going. I mean, we're about to we are 3 weeks out from Clash at the Castle in the UK.
Hold on. In 3 weeks' time, the event will have been over.
Yeah, the event will have been over in 3 weeks' time. Look, this is going to the top, isn't it? This is soon.
I think it's going to be a soon.
I think it's
soon. There's been
soon.
So much hype for him.
Like he's been and gone, and I don't think he got a fair shout in his last little run with the company. So I genuinely think it's soon.
Yeah, I'll definitely give him back soon.
Okay. Right. Sorry about your damn look. James Storm, the cowboy, where we going?
Do you know what? At one point, I really wanted to see James Storm when I heard the rumours. He's been backwards and forwards so many times. I'd put it as an unlikely just because he's so backwards and forwards.
I would love to see James Storm come to WWE. I would love to see him and Bobby Roode team back up and bring Beer Money to WWE. I would love to see it. I've got a feeling that Triple H would like to see that too.
He's been back so many times and he's gone and he's back and he's gone. I know, it's really tempting. The thing is, I suppose if we did fill the maybes, we could move a couple.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a maybe, and he's still more likely than Bronson in my opinion. Right, the Northern Irish, whatever the hell they used to call him, brute guy, Killian Dane. His wife Nikki Ash still working for the company. Obviously, still a good relationship with the company. He was obviously part of Sanity under Triple H in NXT. Came to the main roster, got treated like crap, and yeah,
I like him a lot. And I was thinking, if there's anyone to, I don't know if team up with, maybe even go against the Viking Raiders. What an image for him. I'd want to see him back. I really would.
I think he's unlikely, if I'm deadly honest at this point. I think they're more likely to send him to somewhere like ICW again and get him back in there and build up again, or maybe even come over and be in NXT UK. If we can count that as a part of the WWE, then it'd be maybe, but I'm not entirely sure we can.
No, I think this will be pretty much main roster NXT, at the very least.
I'm not even sure NXT UK is going to continue for much longer, to be honest with you, but hey ho.
I'll go as an unlikely for now. I'd like to, but I can't. I think there's going to be a lot more. Okay,
we're going to put him in unlikely, but I'm going to put him as more likely than. Yeah.
And English.
Yeah. So his old tag team partner Alexander Wolf, also a former member of Imperium,
will definitely be. I'd put him unlikely behind Killian Dane.
I think you're right. I think he's very unlikely now.
Yeah.
Johnny Drip Drip, aka Johnny Nitro, aka John Morrison, aka Johnny Impact, aka Johnny, aka this.
2,000 years later.
John Morrison, John Hennigan, where are we putting him on this list?
I would bring it back.
I think he's almost definitely going to come back at some point.
I would put within a year, to be honest. I think I would. Do you know what? He's someone that can still sell. He don't mind taking a loss, and he can make someone look so good.
I don't see him there within a year. He will definitely be back in WWE at some point. 100%, he will.
Yeah.
I don't see it within a year, personally. But that's not to say it couldn't happen.
I reckon if we stick him in a maybe, he's got to be at the front of that.
Okay, I'll agree with that. couldn't move him back. Did you see that? He just didn't want to go. Right, Leo Rush.
Rumours.
I know exactly where I put this guy, but
You're gonna put. I know you're gonna put. I'll go unlikely.
I'd put him in get the F out. I genuinely do not see him coming back.
I heard a rumour about him coming back, and I said to you, the first thing I heard you say was, "Oh my god."
Yeah, no, I don't see it. I really don't see it. Like,
Well,
obviously he went over to AEW for a while and then retired 4 times. He went and worked on the Indies and retired like 6 times. Like he quits every chance he gets. Like I just don't see them putting any faith
I'm
into
happy to put it down there just because we've got so many people on this list. Triple H has got so many people to look at.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. I am going to whack him and get the F out.
He's not going to pick them over some of these other names.
Right, this one's a higher possibility than most, in my opinion. But let's see what you think. The Ascension with Paul Ellering.
I'd stick it as a maybe.
A
higher maybe.
Do you know what? I think this is probably a higher maybe than John Morrison. Maybe not actually. John Morrison's a guarantee, but it's just when.
But
yeah,
I'm
happy with that. You happy with that as a position?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seem to bring back strength in the tag team division.
Yeah. So they are fantastic. The only thing that might hold them back is this whole nonsense that they've had with this world sport, whatever the hell they called it.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
But they
tried to launch and failed.
They tried to do it on their own, didn't they? But I can see them going back for a decent sized payout. They're not worried.
Speaking of NXT made tag teams, The Ascension.
I would stick them in the same. Do you know what? They're there. They're a good tag team. I actually liked them. They turned it into a bit of a joke gimmick when they come up.
Yeah, they got squashed by the DX, didn't they?
Yeah. I actually didn't mind
I don't see it. No, it's the New Age Outlaws. Sorry, that squashed. I don't see it happening. I don't
stick
see
it as a high unlikely.
I put it as a high unlikely, less than Dane actually, personally.
Yeah, Killian Dane, knowing that Clash is coming up.
Okay. He don't get hyped. He stays hyped. Mojo Rawley, what are we thinking?
I don't think Mojo's going to be coming back.
See, I completely disagree.
Do you?
I actually think that this will happen within a year.
Really?
Yeah, I think that Mojo, his connection with guys like Gronk, I think he'll have some great storylines with guys like Pat. There's a hell of a connection and a strong bond with him and a bunch of other people on the roster. He spent a lot of time in NXT and the roster down in NXT while Triple H was there. I personally think he's going to come back, and it makes sense for him to come back as well. He was better than he ever got credit for.
It does with the whole Pac storyline as well.
Yeah,
that's going to go so. No, I'm happy to go within a year. We've not got no one really up there. If you really think,
I tell you what, we'll go maybe, but we'll go.
I think even higher than Morrison.
We'll go above Morrison on that one because I genuinely think he'll be back within a year.
We can move some of these about because that maybe's getting a bit full if need be.
No way, Jose.
Very unlikely for me.
Oh, in my opinion, it's just not happening. Like he was crap.
It was a gimmick that got over for the first few weeks, and then that even got boring.
I'd say he's more likely than Leo Rush. Yeah. Speaking of people that aren't likely to come back, feed him more. Feed him straight into the bin because Ryback can get the F out. It's just a case of. I mean, if we could create a section below "Get the F Out" for Ryback,
it would be cool.
I think we'd be doing that. Yeah, I mean, Ryback's history with WWE is pretty well noted. He's suing them, but there's no actual evidence of him suing anybody. He's constantly online calling people names, abusing people's dead relatives. He's just a general piece of crap. Right.
Yeah, we're lucky. I was even shocked we actually put Ryback in there.
Yeah, I mean, we need someone to put in the get the F out section. Yeah. Tucker, so Otis's old tag team partner. Now, I must say with Tucker, I think he got a raw deal because we weren't impressed with him at first, but then we watched him. Can you remember the Elimination Chamber match that they were in as a tag team? And he did really, really well. Like, he was fantastic.
I
I'm
was
sure it
sitting
was
there.
Elimination Chamber match.
I was sitting there thinking, do you know why would they bring Tucker back? Otis' storyline's just gone off the boil a bit. Can you imagine what it'd be like if they brought Tucker back in somehow? It would give Otis a storyline as well. I'd like to see it.
I think he's a high maybe again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know we're filling the maybe section.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, the thing is with wrestling, you never say never,
No.
and
look,
unless you're Ryback, obviously.
And it would definitely open up storylines
Yeah,
for multiple people.
yeah. This is obviously our opinion. You may have a different opinion. Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder.
I would like to see Matt Cardona back.
I think he's done the exact right thing. He's gone off. He's reinvented himself. He's become an absolute megastar. I think it'd be ridiculous for him not to come back. I think he's going to make the money.
And I think
would
he's
say,
one of the people high on their list to try and get back.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I
would say maybe within a year. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be one of the big names they want.
Yeah, happy with that. Right. These two are separate, but I think, let's be honest, they're both going to end up together anyway. But it's only Lorcan and Danny Burch.
I'm happy to go with a maybe for the pair.
I'll be honest, I think they're both unlikely.
Yeah.
I think they're both unlikely. I think they're more likely than like Alexander Wolf and...
I'm looking at that list.
But yeah,
I would rather have the
both
Ascension
unlikely.
back, to be fair. So yeah, if we're going to go on that...
There you go. I've put Alexander Burch and Alexander Wolf. No, I've put only Lorcan and Danny Burch both in the unlikely section. They are possible, but it's unlikely. Right, the big ones are coming. So here's Bray Wyatt. The Fiend, Mr. Bray Wyatt.
I called for a Fiend return every time we do a watch along. I think they've been your favourite words to me on a watch along. No, Pete, you're not getting a Fiend return.
Yeah, because you say it all the time.
It's happening soon. It's got to happen soon for me.
I think you're right. I think it is.
And I think it's going right to the front.
I don't think it's coming before Clash.
No, I
think Harry Smith is going to be at Clash, so that's
really?
sooner. Yeah.
You don't think it's going to be a Clash?
No. No, he's coming soon, but I don't think it's going to be before Clash. Okay. So I think Harry Smith's going to be first of the big returns, basically. Do you want to get these hands?
I think WWE want to get these hands.
I think WWE will probably want to get these hands again. I think he's a big old unit of a guy. I think within a year. I think slightly less than Matt Cardona though. So
yeah.
I'm actually pretty happy with that order there. Matt Cardona at the top, Tyler Breeze in the middle.
Tyler Breeze, I think I would have swapped them to Braun Strowman and Tyler Breeze, but then you come out with Tyler Breeze's story the way he come in, and I think they'll have to do that quite quickly. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Right. The third and final, unfortunately, member of the Wyatt family, Redbeard, aka Eric Rowan.
If he comes in, he's going to be. If Strowman comes in, and Bray's already in, he's coming in with Strowman.
I'll be honest, he's circling AEW like he wants a job, and they haven't taken him on yet.
I really think though, if you're going to bring back two of the Wyatt family, you're going to bring back the third one.
I think you're probably right on that.
I think if he does come back, it will be with Braun at the same time. Yep.
I'm gonna. I see. I could, but they could bring him back without. That's the thing. I'm gonna put him on a maybe. Yeah. I don't think he's as high as Braun. So I'm gonna put him on a maybe, and I think that someone like just trying to think where in maybe. I think
above Tucker.
I think around here would probably be about right.
I think the only thing that stops me...
actually, there. Morrison's more likely.
Because Strowman could do something by himself with a single storyline.
Yeah.
And then...
Right. I think we all know where this one's going, but I'm gonna start anyway. Johnny Gargano.
It's going as a soon.
Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. Yep. Absolutely is. Possibly even more so than Bray.
Oh. Okay.
In fact, it is more so than Bray. I'm almost certain of it. Bray is an enigma because obviously Wyndham. I don't know how he feels about wrestling and whether he wants to come back. And do you know what I mean? Like it's not as clear. Whereas Gargano loves wrestling. He loves it. Wrestling. It's a passion for him. He went off to spend time with his kid who's newborn. I think it's time. I think it's time for him to come back.
And I think the reason we are going to see him back is we all know someone of his talent, AEW would have been knocking straight away. And if he hasn't signed with them, it's because he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Because they're offering him stupid money.
Oh, yeah.
So it's because he'll want to come back.
Okay, so I'm going to move on from that one to Damien Sandow.
Sandow's an unlikely one.
Yeah, he's less likely than even Aiden English to me. I'm gonna whack him there. Like he's not get the F out because he's not a piece of shit, but he's very unlikely. He's C3 for the third time, by the way, because this guy's been hired and released more times than I can count. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I think he's unlikely. I think he's probably more likely than some of these guys on the unlikely list, but I think he's very unlikely.
Yeah, I can't see it after the company that's tried to be started.
I would say about there. What do you reckon?
Yeah, he's not one that they're going to rush out to try and get.
Right, we've got three pretty controversial people next, but I'm going to start with who I would say is probably the least controversial. Big Cass.
I mentioned about these, and I was like, yeah, no way. And then you was like, got me thinking, what a tag team to bring back.
Big Cass, or W. Morrissey as he's been known over in
he was doing
AEW and in Impact as solo stuff, has been absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Although he does kind of look like a giant Edge now.
We did say, can you imagine him against Edge? It would be really weird.
Yeah, it's like a tall Edge versus a shorter Edge. I don't know about his contract status, but if he's not under a contract, I would personally say Big Cass is going to be there within a year. Yeah. So that's where he's going. And do you know what? It's hard to say anywhere else. Yeah, it's hard to say anywhere else for Enzo.
Can you imagine the pop if that kicks off with Enzo again?
So for the record, Enzo was fired because he didn't inform WWE about a possible legal charge that was coming towards him. The legal charge was dropped. He was found innocent of all charges, but
it was a stupid mistake, but he had done it. I'd stick him up with.
He's either up there with Big Cass or he's down in the maybe pile down here.
I really. Do you know what? It's
the same regardless, isn't it? If we're putting them in order of each other, it's the same.
I go back to their.
They do need tag teams. Yeah.
What a pop!
And then, we get to end it on the worst of all notes, and it's Alberto Del Dickhead, and he's going right at the bottom of the list, and he can stay there.
He actually beats Ryback.
Yeah, he does. He genuinely does.
He does.
Awful human being. What a list! What a list! I mean, the fourth most likely person to come back to WWE anytime soon, we've got as Matt Cardona.
Do you know what? I'm not surprised with that. He has gone away and smashed it everywhere he's gone. He's got over everywhere, and he was a bit of a joke act to WWE and still drew money.
Yeah, he went off and did the Cody run, didn't he? Like he went off and proved himself better, and yeah, it'd be a good time for him to come back. Do you know what? We've got D.H. Smith right up there at the top, and the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking, is D.H. Smith more likely to come back than Johnny Gargano? Absolutely not. He's not. No, he's not. So it's a weird list because we're kind of doing it on the timeline as well.
Yeah, when?
Yeah.
And you really think that he's going to be back? He's going to make an appearance at Clash?
I think he could make an appearance at Clash, yeah. I think it makes sense. It's the 30-year anniversary, or 30 years since his dad was in that big match at SummerSlam 92. Yeah. It makes sense for him to be there.
And that would mean that he's signed before Gargano doesn't arrive.
But,
So,
ladies and gentlemen, that is our list. Let us know in the comments below where you think we've gone wrong. Come over to the Discord and shout at us and tell us how much of idiots we are and call us names and just come watch some wrestling with us. You know, we'll be doing this for a long time to come. We're obviously going to be at Clash in 3 weeks' time, so we're going to be filming a lot of stuff there. If you do see us while we're there, come and say hello. Let us know that you've seen our videos. You know, grab a card from us, grab some of our information. We've got loads of stuff to give out over that weekend, and it's going to be loads of fun. Loads of fun. We're really looking forward to it.
We're definitely going to have some more to this, because I've enjoyed this.
Yeah, I enjoyed this too, and it's not taken too long.
No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Peace.
Yeah.